Thank you very much. We believe that we had a technical problem, so we're on air now for the first time here from the recreation ground in Oudtshoorn. Cricket South Africa Division 2 T20 challenge match between the defending champions Limpopo Impala. They're up against the 6-gun girl Garden Route Badgers, who win the toss, and a very good start after the first 7 overs. They're 56 without loss. Carl Jacobs on 30 and Keenan Vera on 30. On 26, good afternoon, fellow commentator Warren Bell.
Good afternoon, Mr. Kennedy. Yeah, good start here from the Badgers. I think the previous game, similar start without Valley this afternoon, but Carl Jacobs filling his shoes nicely.
Yeah, as we wait for Don Radebe to bowl his first bowl, there was a change in the team just prior to the toss. Yasin Valley, the captain, who batted quite well on Tuesday against the Eastern Storm, had to withdraw because of an hamstring injury, and he is replaced by Tyrese Carlson. The Badgers, a very good start, as I said, 56 without loss. They did everything right up to now. Vieira looked impressive, and so is his fellow opening partner Carl Jacobs. Radebe in to Jacobs. He pushed that one over. It was Vieira who played that shot, and they will pick up 2 runs from that. The first real chance in the innings that Vieira was offering from the bowling of Radebe. He will be a player that the Badgers will be on the lookout. Last season, when Limpopo Impala won this competition, he was the player of the tournament. So somebody that they will keep an eye on. Keenan Vieira, very impressive. Fresh from half century against the Eastern Storm on Tuesday. And that is another great shot from Vieira. He will pick up 4.
Yeah, Vieira just flicking over wide with wicket there for another boundary. He moves to 32. Great little start here from the Badgers. I'm sure they will try and capitalise as Radebe's trying to pull his length just slightly back here. As his field placing is, he's got a deep square out, long on and a deep point or cover.
Radebe to Vieira, and that is a short ball delivery, well played down to the 3rd man, and he will get a single. That'll take his score to 33. 63 without loss, and we in the 8th over of the match.
Yeah, very good batting from Keenan here. Got a boundary previous ball and he got a strike in this ball, so very good batting. 5 of 2 here in this over. How many balls left here? Still 2 balls left.
2 balls left. Oh, that's a wide. The first wide of the innings, as umpire Karen Klaas signal wide Radebe. On the other hand, I think Carl Jacobs will feel that he missed out on a boundary opportunity there.
Yeah, full toss there. He'll take the wide. Limpopo slightly just look a bit tired here after a very good victory in the previous game, so look to pick up the energy slightly here.
Yes, they're back from a fine victory against the Eastern Cape and Yachty on Tuesday. On the other hand, the Badgers, they came second against the Storm, where they lost by 3 wickets with 9 balls to spare. As we watch Radebe walking back to his mark, they scored 188 for 2 against the Eastern Cape and Yachty in East London, and they restrict Inyati to 166 for 6. That is a well played straight drive, but straight to the fielder, and 1 run added to the score, which brought the end to the over. After 8 overs, they are at 65 without loss, just batting ahead of 8 runs to the over.
Yeah, but I don't think the Badgers will be. I don't think they'll take this the wrong way around. That I'm sure they're happy with this. And someone else, I think one of these bats will try to pounce on these bowlers just to push it slightly, push the run. I know they got the big Heath reaches walking in next, but as these 2 is bowling this partnership nicely, one will probably try and take it, just get slightly more aggressive here.
Molefe, who is into his 2nd over, he was the pick of the bowlers in East London. He bagged 3 for 30 in his 4 overs, and that one is played defensively by the tall Carl Jacobs, a man there from the Eastern Cape, and he looks in very fine form. Early up, Warren.
Yeah, Carl looks in good touch here. I think he'll try and get to strike since the first ball's a dot, just to keep his scoreboard ticking. Yeah, good running. Very good running from these two.
Both of them very good runners between their wickets, and any opportunity for a single or a single that's converting to a couple, they did quite well today. So all round a very good start from the Badgers, as they are now on 66 without loss as we're into the 9th over. Molefe is bowling from the Freda Street end of the ground. A beautiful day here in Oudtshoorn. Lots of high clouds. Rain was expected or predicted for later this afternoon, but by the look of things, we will have a sunshine weather to complete this game.
Yeah, Oudtshoorn always got some nice weather to play cricket. Molefe quite experienced here, pulled out of that one. He saw Keenan trying to move down the wicket. He's quite a smart bowler, this guy. As Keenan knocks it to the mid-wicket area there for one. Can pick up another single.
And it's only the second time that the bat was beaten today, previously by Hawken. At that time the batsman was Vieira, but this time he was deceived by the flight from Molefe. As you mentioned, quite a smart bowler.
He's been around, I think he's played, he was in Eastern Cape recently, signed by the Warriors, and after that obviously now in Limpopo is he trying to get out his over from Carl. Big space there on the leg side, and obviously Jacobs, he easily picks up one there. That's the end of that over. There's one ball left. There was one left though. I refer to Vieira.
That is a magnificently executed shot by the batsman in form, Keenan Vieira.
That's a great shot there. The reverse sweep there from Keenan.
He's a very good player against spin, and he capitalized on that.
As the score moves on to 72 without loss. After 9 overs. Very good partnership here for the Badgers. Vieira and Jacobs at the wicket. Vieira now on 38. And Jacobs is on 34.
And the partnership in a very healthy 72. There was also a very good opening stand on Tuesday between Vieira and his captain, who is injured today, Yasin Valley. So that's the 10th over. Don Radebe, and playing a miss from Jacobs.
Radebe is still sticking to the fuller length there on the front foot.
And that is the dismissal of Jacobs, a very well executed catch to his left by Don Radebe, and the first wicket went down with a score on 72.
Yeah, good wicket there for Radebe, moved nicely. It's always difficult to catch straight off your delivery and your follow through, and he did well there. 72 for 1 after 9. This wicket will bring a great opportunity for Limpopo just to get together and just quickly sum up where they can just stop these singles or these boundaries being scored so freely as we see the big Heath reaches walking into bat now.
Yeah, he played an aggressive innings on Tuesday. I always ask the question, shouldn't he be reserved for later innings? But you agree with me that he can do a lot of damage already now as we move past the power play.
Yeah, Heath is very, his game has grown over the last year. I think last year he batted quite lower down, came in 5 and 6, but he's entrusted now at number 3. He generally takes his time, but when he gets going he's quite dangerous, so hopefully he comes off the benches this afternoon after a great start from Kyle and Vieira. On to
Richards. And very defensive. On the money, good comeback in his second over from Radebe after he was quite expensive in his first over.
Yeah, I think he learned quickly. If he leaves the stump, it's free, it's worth given. So I don't think he's going to leave the stumps here to end this over. Also opting for a slip.
Radebe to Richards. Ooh, and he almost get that one over the top, but no addition to the score. Interestingly enough, a maiden over thus far from Radebe. 2 balls to go.
Yeah, Radebe taking slip out and putting him to mid-wicket there, I think. And he's dropping his cover, maybe just a few yards back, trying to protect the boundary here.
That was hit like a rocket, but there's protection on the boundary and Richards is off the mark.
Yeah, Richards advancing down the wicket, slapping that to deep point there. That will bring Vieira on strike.
.73 for 1, and 1 ball, then we're halfway through the innings. That one is down to third man, and they will pick up a single, and Vieira will keep the strike as he moves to 39.
Yeah, Limpopo were quite happy with that over there. They got a breakthrough. Obviously, a new batter in will always just slightly, you'll also slightly see a drop in the run rate. But while Vieira is there, they will be well aware of that he can still score all over the field and pick up the odd boundary only.
So we will see another bowling change. Molefe is replaced. And I guess it is James that's back in the attack.
Jesse James.
Jesse James, yeah. It's actually Jesse James Albani. There was a first-class cricket player who played for Boland, James Albani. So I assume that he's related to James Albani. Jesse James Albani to Vieira. That's a well-bowled delivery, but they will get 4 runs.
Oh yes.
Great effort on third man, but it's 4 runs.
Yeah, the bowler will feel quite unlucky there. Just got the outside edge of Vieira, but as we know, sometimes it goes the batter's way, and Vieira will pick up a boundary. Again, first ball of boundary, pressure will be on Jesse James to make sure he gets out this over pretty decently. But Vieira on top here.
That's another single to long on, and Vieira will move into the 40s, 45 as 1 wicket down. I guess they did their homework on Heath Richards, as all the fielders are on the boundary.
Yeah, they're dropping fine. I mean, dropping mud on, out, mud off, deep mid wicket.
Richards will take some time to play himself in, and Albani did well to deliver a dot ball.
A pretty standard field here. Fine leg up. Long off and long on out, sweep a boundary on the offside. Albani to Richard.
And that will be 4 more. One intended shot to third man, wide of Oudtshoorn, and 4 runs to the score of Heath Richards.
Heath moves to 5 in the current score. He's 83 for 1. He'll still the ball will feel unlucky, but again it's worth giving, and Heath just threw his hands at the outside edge for 4.
In the dressing room, they will be definitely at the back of the heads, aiming to at least 175, Warren.
Yes, definitely with this start. They'll be happy with 180. Again, just slightly outside of stump. Must feel a point there.
It's quite a fast outfield. We haven't seen a lot of rain lately, and a single to Richards, which will move him to 6, and Vieira's on 46, 84 for 1, the last bowl of the 11th over. That will be bowled by James Albani. Straight to mid wicket and straight to the fielder, no addition to the run, 84 for 1 after 11 overs.
Yeah, just to make you aware of the dynamics of the field, as you look onto your screen there from left to right, obviously on the right hand side is slightly shorter boundary. There's a bowling change from the maul end. It's more like fenter into attack.
He's quite an experienced campaigner, very good player, Morne Venter. We know that because he was also on our books to get signed lately, but he opted to stay with Limpopo, and he will bowl to Heath Richards. Obviously protection on the long on, mid on and mid wicket and extra cover boundary for a dangerous Richards. Strongly built fellow, matriculated at Glenwood House in George, and that's a very good delivery. There's a shout for LBW. Umpire Karen Cluster is unmoved, and they will pick up a leg by.
Oh, into 11th over, you still see a little movement of the wicket here. As Venter's trying to exploit a good area there.
Very good delivery, good area that he bowled there. There is a lot of grass on it. But they obviously backed themselves against the likes of Venter, Radebe and Hawken.
Venter into Vieira.
Sensible cricket from the little man, Vieira, and he will pick up a single as he just punched it to the leg side.
Vieira quite in good form so far in the season. He started off nicely in his first game with a 50 and he's now currently on 45. As Venter runs into Richard.
Boom! That will be only a single. I thought you will get that one over the top, but he didn't connect it properly and hit it to long on, and 1 run added to Richards.
Yeah, Richards is showing his intent very early here. As soon as that big guy picks up a batter, I can understand why we get excited. We expect him to clear the boundary.
Venter to Vieira and drifted almost down the leg side, and we'll just check if it's from the bat. No, there was no bat involved, so a leg by added to the total. I must say I'm quite impressed with Venter. It's already into the 13th over, 12th over of the match, and he still shaped the ball quite nicely to the batter. And that's a great delivery as he bowled Richards, who aimed to hit that one over the boundary. Great delivery from Venter, and that's the end of Richards as he departs.
Yeah, Venter, well done, well bowled. Just slightly coming back into Richards and then castled in the leg stump out the ground. The current score is 88 for 2 after 11.5. Good comeback here for the Impalas. As we see Kelly Smuts walk into bat. Quite an experienced player, he's been around. He will try and come and knock around, build another partnership here with Vieira. Again, it's not a bad option to have a left-hander since the one side of the field is quite small. So maybe the Badgers will capitalise in this little partnership and try and build.
Yeah, Kelly Smuts will be very motivated to cement a permanent place in the side. He did not play in the previous match, and after a dislocated finger by George van Heerden, he's getting the opportunity. He is quite an experienced campaigner, and he will join a batsman who's in form. Both of them went to the same school, Graham College in Grahamstown, Smuts and Vieira. So Vieira on 45 and Smuts walks in, a very good player of spin obviously, and he will also give additional opportunities or options in the bowling department. 82 for 2, as we saw Morné Venter, who will continue and bowl his last ball of his over to the left-handed Kelly Smuts. Smuts will get a single, see it out to the offside. There's a bit of a misfield there, but wisely the batters opted to settle for the single. End of the over, the score now 89 for 2.
Yeah, very good over there from Venter. If you look at the previous game, Venter only bowled one over and went for 16. So he's obviously correcting his mistake of the previous game. It's interesting to see how well Vieira take this little period of the game now.
So we've got a bowling change from the Freda Street end of the ground. Just waiting for confirmation, but that's Ludwig Kastner, previously captain the team. He went to Menlo Park High School in Pretoria, and he's quite an experienced campaigner for Limpopo Impalas, and he will bowl to the left-handed Kelly Smuts. I've just mentioned earlier in commentary that Smuts is a very good player of spin, and let's see how it goes. And very lucky to get away with that, but they will pick up a couple at least, as the fielding is done by Oudtshoorn in the deep, and 2 runs to Kelly Smuts.
The Badgers are still happy as they lost Richards in the previous over, but they're still ticking the scoreboard over quite nicely.
Yeah, although the run rate drop, I think they will keep it back and try to accelerate from over 15. Kelly Smuts confidently play to the offside, but long off will do the fielding, and we will see a change in the field as we will now have the right-handed Vieira on strike. Also a very good player of spin, and he's on 45, one scoring shot away from a back-to-back half century.
Again, quite a big space in the mid-wicket area. The bowler opting to have a point at 45, sweep a boundary. So the easy single there, or could be 2 at mid-wicket. Vieira, yep, as he goes down.
Sweep down, and that'll take him to 46.
Yep.
Well, there's just a little bit of a mix-up. We've got it on 46, but his team celebrates his half century.
there. Good match up here. The offie to the left-hander.
Kastner to Smuts. He will pick up another single as he hit one out to the offside. I think Kastner will be quite happy. He only conceded 5 runs thus far in this over. Just try to fix the mix-up because we've got it that Vieira's on 46 and Kelly Smuts on 5. Confirmation from the scorers, thank you very much. And Smuts will pick up a single. Bit of a sloppy fielding there and end of the over.
Vieira moves to 47.
$95 for 2, and that's the end of the 13th over. As we've got 7 more overs left. I'm just making a calculation. Should they score 70 of the last 7 overs, which is 10 at an over, it will not bring them to 170 yet, eh?
Yeah, obviously, like we said earlier, they were off to a good start, but then just losing wicket. That's going to break momentum. But Kelly looked like he's in here to bring some intent between wickets as well. So obviously with the odd boundary, that will help him to get a solid total. Hopefully it will be over 170.
So Moray Venter was quite impressive in his previous over. He will run in from the Riverside more end of the ground to Vieira's in 47. Oh, that's a great delivery, and umpire Plaster is turning it down.
Venter's not leaving the stumps here.
And she signals leg by.
Again, Venter on the mark here. In his first ball of his second over.
The boundaries are drying up, Warren.
Well, it's that period of the game where you probably, obviously like I said, they lost another wicket, so they're probably just going to try and knock it around. The Impalas won't feel like they lost total momentum of this little period of the game. Venter doing quite well. Yeah, the Badgers slightly on top here in this innings, and I think they'll try and capitalise and keep going as the spinner stays on. Kelly's on strike now.
So we watch Kastner into Smuts. He works this one to the onside, to the leg side, and the fielder from mid-wicket runs in from the boundary. That's the fielding and 1 run added to the total. The Badgers will be looking for boundaries.
Yeah, I think Keenan will be trying to, since that far leg is quite straight, he might try and use that space there on the leg side. And he opts to go straight.
And that's 6.
That's 6.
Got a hand to that. Looks like Don Radebe was on the boundary.
That's Molefe on the boundary.
Molefe on the boundary. He was a bit naughty. He was not on the boundary when the ball was bowled. And for that reason, it enables Vieira to pick up 6.
Great shot, Keenan Vieira opted to go straight there. But lucky, but we'll take that. We'll take it as the current score is 106. 112 for 2. Knocks it down the ground.
That will be a couple.
No, that's one. Very smart batting here for Vieira. Boundary and he gets 1. Smart batting by the wicketkeeper batsman.
And that is Kelly Smuts. His favourite shot, that's a big one, as he did straight over, long on for 6.
Yeah, great shot. Kelly Smuts showing his power here this afternoon.
And they will need a cricket bat to fetch that ball in the nets. quite smart. He returned it. And the second boundary 6. Will this shift the momentum for the Badgers now?
Yeah, surely they'll try and keep the pressure on here and make the Impalas count for their mistakes. It's a slightly short of a length here, and Kelly quickly pounced on it.
Kastner to Smuts.
Again, short, it is straight down.
Straight down the throat
Yeah.
to mid-wicket. I thought he would be able to clear that one, but he's gone.
Yeah, he'll be unlucky there, he feels unlucky, it was there to go. And again, the right idea, but just execution letting him down there. And the Badgers lose their 3rd wicket in the 15th over.
Under 19 for 2, a very good partnership between 2 ex-Grand College boys, Kelly Smuts and Keenan Vera. Vera's still there, and we saw the departure of Kelly Smuts.
Yes, there's Tyrese Carlson walks into bat again. Good option to give a left-hander to get the left and right combination going. Since there's a short boundary, but always we see Kelly Smuts, the previous ball, just holding out to car corner there. Short boundary can be tricky sometimes.
Can be tricky, and it was tricky at this point in time.
Yeah, Carlson, another player is probably trying to make his presence felt here early in his little innings. Very sharp between the wickets, so we expect him and Vieira to run very well between the wickets here.
Former under 19 player, and the table is set for him to move on. Very close there. Vieira ran his line, and end of the over. That's the end of the 15th over, 119 for 3. It was quite an expensive over. He conceded 14 runs in this over. Kastner, there was 2 boundary 6s, one by Smuts and one by Vieira, but it was eventually Kastner who had the last say as he dismissed Kelly Smuts.
Again, the Badgers, just when they about to look like they take the momentum and take the game away from the opponents, and they just lose a wicket. Now it's another partnership that needs to start, and it might take a few balls to get going again. But while they have Vieira at the crease, they'll still feel comfortable to post a decent first innings total. Yeah.
I'm actually quite surprised that Walken is coming back. He will bowl his last over, and he will bowl it to Carlos, Vieira, who's on strike.
Yes.
Carlos, of course, the left-hander, and no run added. Good bowling from Walken.
Yeah, again you can see between just the body language between these two batters. They look to get to one, since they're so sharp between wickets.
As the crowd pouring in here, everybody also obviously in anticipation, waiting for the rugby to start later. And that's a wide, the second wide of the innings bowled by Walken, and he will have to rebuild that delivery.
Yeah, 120 for 3 after 15.1. Like I said, the Badgers will feel like they got momentum. If I just can continue with Vieira's reign.
Walken was in his penultimate over. That one is hit over the top, and that will be the end of Vieira. Well played. Bit of a setback for the Badgers to lost the informed Vieira in this over, courtesy of a well-planned wideish delivery with protection on the boundary from Walken.
Yeah, Vieira opting to go to the big side of the boundary, go over the top to look for the boundary. Still well played innings from Vieira, 58. That will bring Carbo in to the crease again. There's 2 new batters now, but still 4 overs to go. Impala feel like they're breaking the Badgers' momentum here.
Yes, I completely agree with you. That dismissal was a very good wicket for the visitors. two new batsmen on strike. The captain Thomas Carver, who is obviously the captain due to the withdrawal as a result of a hamstring injury from Yassin Vali, and the new batsman is in Carver. He will be on strike, and Tyrese Carlson is the non-striker.
Yeah, two batters are north now. Gonna have to quickly get this partnership going. And try and get the badges to a respectable target that they can defend this afternoon at the recreational ground here in Oudtshoorn. Walking will run into Carver.
Well executed cover drive, but straight to the fielder, no run added to the total. Well, they've got options to bowl the final overs. Monet Venter and Don Radebe still has got overs left.
Yeah, just outside off stump there, I think Carver just missed out on with Kevin there, but Hawken will be happy. Still a little bit of movement off the wicket, and we're in the 16th over already, so it won't be bad news for the Badgers if they come and start their bowling innings with a new ball, but as they're trying to finish their batting innings while they're with Hawken running into Carver.
It's a nice straight drive that will allow Carver to get off strike, as the fielding is done by the captain Liam Peters, who was at mid-off, 1 run added to the total, and Tyrese Carlson will be facing for the first time Eldridge Hawken.
Yeah, Limpopo trying to squeeze as many dots as they can here, long off and long on is up, so
Hawken will bowl the last ball of his penultimate over to Carlson. Well, it's a nice straight drive, and he will pick up a boundary. That's a very well executed shot from the young Tyrese Carlson.
Yeah.
Lots of natural talent, and he bags a boundary.
yeah, good hands from Carlos today. He took the invitation while they brought the field up, and he went. That last ball of the over got a boundary. Hawken will feel disappointed with that, as the current score is 125 for 4.
Yes, and they're batting at exactly 8 runs to the over. They will try to improve a little bit on that. With 4 overs left, try to push it beyond 160.
Yeah, definitely. 3-4 overs to go, yeah.
And it seems that Don Radebe will bowl from the furthest end of the ground, and he will bowl to Carver. The right-handed Radebe. He got a very good wicket with a caught and bowl earlier today. And he's bowled 2 overs for 11 runs with the 1 wicket, and Carver played this defensively.
Yeah, David's not going to leave this time, sir. I know he's changed ends, but he's quite disciplined, bowling to his field. Again, quite a lot of space on the leg side. Carver opting to hit it ball straight back. So David to Carver.
It's high up, should be taken, and it's taken on the boundary. Looks like Casson take that catch, and an important wicket to get as Carver departs.
Yeah, momentum totally shifted now onto Limpopo side, with the Badgers just losing wickets regularly. Yeah, it's going to have to be hard work this last 4 overs to get a respectable target, since we know that Limpopo scored 100 180 in the previous, obviously different week, different field, different conditions, but they'll probably feel on top of this part of the game.
Yeah, I agree with you. If they can restrict the badges, anything below 155, it's a good batting wicket. One centre, they will be the favourites here today.
Let's see, there's a new batter walks in, Echo Sasani. He will try and get the badges to finish their innings quite strongly. He can hit the boundary, but obviously now with two new batters in Carlos, so also pretty fresh at the crease. Maybe just trying to get going for over 2 and then trying to clear the boundary after that.
Rodebe to Moletsane. That's a very well played shot. Moletsane will get off the mark with a couple as he headed down to third man, and the fielding is done by Hawken, and that takes the score to 127 for 5.
And Moletsane is running them down for 2.
Rodebe to Moletsane. Same shot, but this time straight to the fielder. Hawken does the fielding, no run added to the total.
Very well bowled. As they get one there to the short cover area. I think the Impalas will be happy just to give the ones away here. Cut down in the wedges boundary options. Impalas are about to bring momentum onto their side, as we saw earlier the badges with all momentum on their side in the power play, and obviously straight even the 4-3 overs after the power play.
Carlson facing Rodebe, and so well bowled delivery, straight to the fielder at backward point, and no run added to the total. So that's the end of the over, the end of the 17th over. Only 3 runs conceded in this over by Rodebe, and he also picked up the wicket of Carver, and that is a very, very good bowling over for Limpopo Impala. I mean, in over number 17 only concede 3 runs, that's quality.
Yeah, good over there.
Yeah, Warren, I just get the sense that the momentum is drifting away from their own side.
Yeah, the last 3 overs to go, again, 2 new batters finding himself. Again, maybe with a left-handed striker can still make use of the shorter side of the field. But it's going to be very interesting to see who's going to throw the big punch here towards the back end of this innings. As we said earlier, anything over 160 can be tricky to chase, but obviously below par at the moment.
Very much below par. They still need 32 from the last 3 overs should they wish to get to 160. It's hard hit by Moletsane, and he will pick up a single to cover. 8 point, pardon.
Yeah, Hawken with pretty decent figures so far. 1 for 14 after 3.1.
Yes, he was very economical. He is in his last over, they only conceded, as you said, 14 runs in his first 3 overs and 1 ball. And one of the batters waiting for a straight boundary was Tyrese Carls, who was facing. And that one is hit to long off, and a single for Carlson.
Yeah, Impala's pretty tiny on the boundary here towards the back end of the innings. Hawken bowling to his field exactly what he wants the batter to do.
I agree with you, much more of an improvement in their fielding. They looked a bit sloppy and tight in the beginning, and they really picked it up quite well in the latter half of the Badgers' batting innings. Oh, it's a well bowled delivery. That's the end of Molitsane's his trap leg before, and a vital breakthrough for Hawken. And I can tell you now that Limpopo Impala, he start getting on top of this.
Yeah, I think that is the first slow ball for the day, and he got it nice and full. And that we saw here to the back of Molitshane walking to the dugout. Next in is Jardine, obviously quite known for his fast bowling, left arm seamer, but can hit a very long ball if he connects it. So no mark with the bat, and hopefully the badges can get something off his bat from Jardine.
Left-handed batsman, is he taking guard? And Hawken will be quite satisfied with his bowling performance today. As I've said earlier, a very experienced bowler. He played a lot of Division A cricket. He also played for the Titans, and he's on strike.
Yeah, you can see by his figures he's been around 2 for 15, 3 balls left in his spell, and he's going to try and blow the badges out the water here with his last 3 balls. Didn't go full and straight there. Good running.
Well taken single from Jardine.
Yeah, interesting field here. He's got fine leg up, square leg also up in the circle, and he's got wideish mid wicket in the boundary with long on. Obviously trying to protect majority of the shorter boundary and slightly on the offside for the left-handers. He wants the batter to hit to the big boundary here.
And that is the end of Tyrese Carlos' well bowled Yorker as he moved over and Hawken gets the wicket.
Yeah, like I said, he was trying to make the batter hit to the bigger side, and he went straight in full and castled Carlos. Yep, the momentum with the Impalas now. The badge is trying to get as much as I can towards the back end of the innings here. As we see Molefe walking into bat. Yeah, Bona, Molefe.
I must compliment Limpopo Impala. Great fielding and batting display in the second half of the innings.
One ball left of the experienced Hawkins spell over here. I don't think he's going to try on anything different. He's going full and straight.
Airborne, but Bona Molefe will be happy to take and to get a couple. Throw not 100% on the money, and that allows him to pick up 2. End of the over, a very good spell by Aldridge Hawken. He bagged 3 for 18 in his 4, and I really think he will be quite happy with his performance. He did exactly what his captain and his team asked from him.
Yeah, great spell there from an experienced bowler. As we go into the last overs, I think the batters will make sure that they will try their best not to get bowled out here. As in finding themselves 133 for 7 after 18. Jardine on 1 and Molefe on 2. Don Redella also pretty decent numbers here, 2 for 14, and this will be his last over of the spell. Karen Field also third man up, fine leg up in the circle, so we'll have long on in the boundary, long off, cow corner in the deep mid wicket, or deep square leg out.
Also good figures from him, sorry, beg your pardon, also very good figures thus far from Radebe. He only conceded 14 runs in his 3 overs. He's in his last over and he bagged 2 wickets. Sorry for that.
No, all good. All very, very good spell so far. As these 2 batters, or no one of the batters will try and spoil these figures. But all the momentum with the Impala here, as they're throwing all the punches towards the back end of the Badgers innings here. Radeva to Malefe.
And that's the end of Malefe. Well, there's a bigger chance that the Badgers can get bowled out here, as we see the departure of Leabona Malefe.
Yeah, like I just stated 2 balls ago, the Badgers will try and bat all the balls here so they can just get to a decent total to defend here. 134 for 7, or for 8.
134 for 8.
After 18.2.
And the run rate has also dropped to only 7.4.
So Mr. Kennedy, do you think that the Badgers will feel that they are better short?
Well, if you look at the way things pan out, they're definitely a batter short. I think, obviously, the dismissal of Smuts at a vital time was crucial.
Yeah, all momentum lost earlier when Kelly went out, got caught on the boundary there, and then we just saw the momentum drop.
I mean, they had a great start. After 10 overs, they were 74 for 1. They've now lost a good deal of 7 wickets and only added 40 runs, 50 runs to the total in the last 9 overs. As we see the new batsman. That's Lifan Tansi, and he will facing Don Radebe. Radebe in to Ntanzi, and advantage Radebe. A play and a miss.
And Tanzi didn't bring time here to look around still. He went for a big little swipe there over mid wicket, wide mid wicket area. Radebe will try and stop him. Let's see.
It's another great executed delivery from Radebe.
Another dot ball there for Impala and for Radebe. Now dots, obviously at this stage of the game, not what the Badgers want. They want to get bat and ball, make sure they can get whatever they can towards the back end here.
Radebe to Ntanzi, and he'll get bat on ball, and I don't think Radebe will mind that single.
Yeah, he will be happy with that. And bring the left-hander Jardine on strike. I think he will try and clear that boundary. Quite short the boundary to the right, if you look at your screen. See, no mid wicket. Car corner out, square leg out, and long one. Fine leg up in the boundary. And he goes for it. And it drops short
Get a
there.
single. And once again, Radebe will be happy to concede a single. As that concludes his spell, he bagged 3 for 17 in his 4 overs, and between Hawken, who bagged 3 for 18, they basically broke the back of this batting lineup of the Badgers.
Yeah, like you said earlier, just a continuous of losing wickets towards the middle period innings that brought a stop to the Badgers' batting momentum. And now they're scraping to get to 150.
Yeah. 1 over to go, 136 for 8. There's definitely question marks on the middle order of the Badgers. The batting middle order of the Badgers. It's Jesse James Albani, pretty decent bowling performance. He bowled 3 overs and conceded 22 runs. And he will bowl to Jardine.
He's bringing square leg up to the boundary, leaving deep with wicket out. Also opting one to bat it to the big side of the boundary. Straight, ooh!
And that's straight into the umpire. Should be called red ball.
Ooh.
I wonder if Karen Claster will be fine. She definitely saved it for a boundary there.
Yeah, this looks like she's right.
Yeah. Gentleman as he is.
Just apologising there,
Jardine. You don't have to apologise.
I'm sure he does. He struck it nicely.
Albani to Jardine. This one is hit not as firm, and he will get a single. That will put Ntanzi on strike. With the score at 74 for 1 after 10, the Badgers will be sniffing 160, and courtesy of some very good bowling from Radebe and Hawken, they were restricted. Very good shot play there from Ntanzi. He'll pick up a couple, and that'll take the score to 139. Just since it's not enough.
Well, we have to see how the Badgers will also make early inroads in the power play when they bowl in innings. So obviously, like we said, we feel like they're 20-30 short here this afternoon. Maybe wide.
Correct. Try something special here, Lifa and Ntanzi.
Yeah, if you got any back to that, sorry, if you got any back to that, it will be a boundary, but we'll take the wide.
Albani runs in to Ntanzi, and that's a wide. Second consecutive wide. The context of the game, that can be crucial.
Yeah, a little note here from the bowler, not to hit his area towards the back end here. You would think that he will go nice full and straight, not leave the stumps, but he went wide on the leg side of the previous ball and now wide and offside.
Albani to Ntanzi. Came down the wicket, a swing and a miss. No run added to the score. Two balls left, 143 for 8. Hacks that one to mid wicket and pick up a single. We'll take the score to 144 for 8. Last ball of the innings, and is there something on that?
So good bye. Oh, very sloppy from the
Very sloppy. Let's wait if there was anything. It's 2 leg byes, so that concludes the innings. 146 for 8. The Badgers, after a well played half century from Keenan Vieira, an opening stand of 60 runs plus between Carl Jacobs and Vieira. And that was, unfortunately, the Badgers only managed to get to 146 after they were 74 for 1 after 10, and they only conceded 26 runs in the last 5 overs. That is very disciplined bowling from Limpopo Impala. Why don't what's your take on what's going to happen this afternoon?
Yeah, like you said, the momentum lost towards the middle period of the batting innings. Also, at heads, you got to take your head off for Hawken, a brilliant spell there. Let's see and trust that the batters can pull back with their bowling innings this afternoon.
Yeah, we will be back soon. A very good bowling performance by Don Radebe, 3 for 17, and Eldridge Hawken, 3 for 18. We will soon know if this 146 was enough. We'll chat again.
Sambil cita, ayo sampai lantai sampai lah klubin
Right, we're back on the air. The Badgers, they'll need to defend 146 today. There were some good starts. Carl Jacobs made 33 and Keenan Vieira 58, and there was a 17 from Kelly Smuts. Very good bowling from Limpopo Impala. We saw Eldred Hawken picking up 3 for 18 and Don Radebe 3 for 17. Warren, what must the Badgers do to win this one, and what must Limpopo Impala do to take it over the line?
Well, good afternoon, Wayne. Yeah, for the Badgers to get out here, I think obviously it's very key to strike in this power play. They're opting to go with the spinner and then just try and build pressure through that. Obviously, similar to what the Impalas that they kept after they broke their first partnership, they kept them picking up wickets. So the Badgers probably trying to do the same thing. They have to attack here early on. And the Impalas are obviously with two batters with some form behind him. Fenter, fresh of 100. I mean, he got his last innings, he had 14 sixes. And also the captain, Ian Peters, also had a good start. So this is a very, very important partnership here. And they're trying to make sure to build on, to chase down the Badgers target for their first ball to bowl to Fenter. He knocks it down to deep mid wicket for one. As we're off to a quite subdued start here.
With him is the captain, Liam Peters. He's a left-hander, and Leabona Malefi will bowl to Fenter. The Badgers will be disappointed that they couldn't capitalise after a good start, but on the other hand, the visitors did quite well to restrict them to only 146. Especially in the last 8 overs, they had the momentum.
Peters off the mark there. It's a punch through mid wicket for one. That brings Fenter back on strike. Left to Fenter. Again, just push it through the mid wicket area for one.
Tyrese Carlos, who is quite quick in the outfield, does the fielding, but the single is added to the total.
Malefa taking the slip out. Kelly Smuts moved to mid wicket. She can't leave the stumps here. This covers into the circle. With Kevin. Well, ran there between Fenter and Peters, one down to point there. As Fenter's back on strike. Like I said, Fenter off fresh 100, the previous 115. I mean, he's batted well, and Impalas probably looking to him to continue in that grand form. Slightly give himself room there and punches it through the cover region for one. Jardine with the fielding. Kelly jumps from the wicket over to extra cover. So again, some space there in the mid wicket area. And Peters go over the top. Over long one for one bounce for a great shot. Great end of the over for the captain there and his team, and not the end of that over for the Badgers that they wanted.
Yeah, after 5 singles, a very good boundary hit over the inner ring in the power play by the captain, and 9 without loss. Satisfied start, obviously early days, and they move to 9 without loss. So Sintu Majiza, he came into the team due to the injury of Tlompo More Kamane, and he will bowl from the Riverside Mall end of the ground.
Sintu also Maybe trying to get some movement slightly away from the bat here. Also making use of that good length there. He's opting to drop fine leg, beg your pardon, deep square fine legs up to the boundary, up from the boundary and third man's back.
No slip in position for Majiza.
With given to Venter. Venter cuts that down to the third man and he picks up 2.
Just hit it wide of third man with Jared Jardine. Cuts off a boundary, but a couple added to the total.
Yeah, quite interesting. Them not carrying a slip. I would think that we'll try and break through maybe early on with this new ball, but not opting to carry a slip. Bowling quite wide from the stumps here. Let's see if he gets the ball into the stumps. Oh, it's fairly too straight and just
Nicely
turned around the
worked around
corner
the
there
corner.
from Venter. And Venter picks up the first boundary. Yeah, not the start the Badgers wanted here, but hopefully they can turn it around very soon. The current score stands 15 without loss after 2. Into in to Venter.
Oh, it's a much better delivery. Straight on the money and no run added to the total.
And a much better line there from Sintu. Good length. I think that's where they need to test the batter, just slightly on the front foot. Anything shorter or slightly too straight, Venter will be good enough to back away. So let's see if Sintu can ask another question at front foot here. Drop ball to the inside edge, but good running between these two. If Venter gets off strike there. Yeah, still a little bit of movement off the wicket.
Absolutely, there's some grass on it. So the left-handed captain Leon Peters will be on strike, still without a slip. A very wide third man.
Usually opting to come around the wicket. Good to see there's a catcher in there now. Kelly probably like a 30s, 40 slip, short gully region.
So one down to fine leg and Peters will pick up a single as Jared Jardine runs in to do the fielding. Leg by indicated by umpire Karen Claster. Majiza to the right-handed Venter. That's a well bowled delivery, but still he did enough to pick up a single as he pushed it to the offside.
A good single there. And that's the end of the over. Current score 18 without loss. Malefa to bowl the third over of the Badgers bowling innings.
Each of the bowlers conceded 9 runs in their opening overs, so Leabona Malefi will bowl his second over. And he will bowl it to the right-handed Mornay Venter. Bowling around the wicket for the right-hander. Once again, a nicely worked single from Venter.
Just tapped it to the leg side there, in the gap between mid wicket and square leg. That will bring Peters on strike, the left-hander. Long on, the captain Carver dropping himself down to long on, mid off coming up, and there will be a deep square in the boundary.
Gives himself some room.
Well, into some vacant space there.
And 2 more added to the total.
Peters picked up 2 there. I think it will be his go-to shot over extra cover, giving himself some room there. Just bear in mind, like I said earlier, the shorter side is obviously to your right hand side of the screen. But he will opt to take that space there over extra cover, if there's any width given. We'll leave it to Peters.
And the first dot ball of the innings.
Yep, slides down, leg down there, but good keeping there from Vera to get the glove onto that. Unless he'll feel like he'll get away with the ball there.
Over the top he went, and that's 4 more.
Yeah, good shot, Peters. Very good shot. Anything full on the stumps, he'll hit it straight over there, or he'll give himself room to it over extra cover. Very well executed shot, and that will bring his first boundary of his innings. Current score 25 without loss.
It's a very good start by the visitors. Malifi to Peters, gives himself room, and it will be 1 down to square leg, and he will pick up a single.
Naughty bounce there. Yeah, that single will bring Venter on strike. With 1 ball left of this over. I think he'll just knock it down there to the mid wicket area and take 1. Wapal, dot ball.
So that's the end of the 3rd over, and Limpopo Impala 26 without loss. They will be pretty happy with the way they started off here. Healthy run rate 8.7. Remember, it is the power play, and still no wickets down.
Yeah, I think the Impalas will tell himself just to play good cricket shots here in this power play. Don't have to take the extra risk. Get out the power play and just knock it around after that. I think that will be the game plan. Again, Machisa coming around the wicket. Badger's opting for a leg slip. Oh, what a great shot! He picked it up and flicked it for a massive 6, and it hits the scoreboard. What a great shot from the leader, Peters here.
Yeah, excellent shot. You referred to the leg slip, but the leg slip was definitely not into the game.
Yeah, it's slightly full of it, but it's a great cricket shot there.
That is a proper cricket shot from the captain, Leon Peters.
Yeah, it's put pressure on the bowler here, Machisa. First ball went for 6.
Yeah, and for the 2nd consecutive game, the batting side is off to a flying start against the Badgers' bowling attack.
Umpire attacking shot across the line, but the top edge, but just fell into no man's land. That will bring Venter back on strike. Yeah, I think the Badgers need to just think slightly outside the box here and see how they can put pressure on back and get a wicket. Otherwise, this might just be an easy little afternoon for these batters, they keep knocking around.
Very sensible batting, not a lot of chances taken. Jardine to Venter, and that's a dot ball.
It's very well bowled. You can just roll the finger slightly over that one, as Venter is indicating to his partner there. Just grip slightly in the wicket. So there is some purchase off the wicket if you take pace off it. Let's see if the batters can exploit that and then keep going. Like I said, we're just trying to get a wicket here. The longer these two bat, the more dangerous for the batters, as they are. These two batters are, like I said, carry some good form from the previous game. Jardine into Venter. With given.
Hit like a bullet.
And it's smashed through the cover region for 4. Good shot there by Venter.
Excellent shot from Venter. And as you said, with given, he capitalised on it. He's a batsman in form.
Yeah, Venter moves on to 18. As his partner is on 20. As the current score stands 41 without loss.
His hand to that one, and he stopped a potential boundary.
Yeah, he did fine. He stayed back. Good fielding of his bowling there, Jardine. As he's trying to get out this over. Still 1 ball left.
And that's over the top. It will run away for 4. Over fine third man for 4. He got an edge to that one. Not necessarily where he intended to place it, but it doesn't matter. It's 4 runs added to the total. As Limpopo Impala, they move to 45 without loss after the 5th over. Very, very good start by the visitors. Sensible batting.
Yeah, they will be happy with that start. Like we discussed earlier, if it's worth given, they're going to throw their hands at it. Venter just came over his shot there. Jardine will feel a bit unlucky with the 2 little top edges, but that's how it goes up front sometimes. There's Majizo's entrusted with another over. His first over went for 15. Beg your pardon, his first 2 overs went for 15. Batters just look a bit shell-shocked here in this power play. Not sure of what field placing they want. Now they got third man up, point behind, square in the boundary, and a fine leg back. Oh, great, good shot. Over extra cover.
What a catch!
Oh,
what a magnificent catch taken! That is a super catch. I thought that one was away, and I was about to say that the captain has got a lot of trust in Majiza. That is a magnificent catch taken. Liabona Malefi, a difficult one always to take it over your shoulder. And, well, will this be a turning point in this game? That was a magnificent catch taken by Liabona Malefi.
That's exactly what the Badgers need, something special here in the field. And Liabona created that opportunity. What a great catch. Running backwards over his head. And an absolutely great effort to hold on to that ball. That brings the end to Peters, the leader there. He's out for 20, the current score 45 for 1. Yeah, it looked like it was going to go for a boundary. It was a great shot there over extra cover. It was just slightly held up in the wicket. And Malefa did the rest.
Now that was a magnificent catch.
Yeah.
My fellow commentator and I thought that will be run away for 4. And it was not to be.
Jesus strikes with his first wicket here. First ball in his 3rd over.
Heinrich Petersen, haven't seen a lot of him in the past, but he's in batting at number 3.
Another left-hander.
I watch a lot of cricket at this ground, but that certainly was one of the best outfield catches that I've seen ever at this ground.
Yeah, brilliant catch. Good agility. He's quite dynamic cricketer.
Perfect timing also.
Yes, that brings the opportunity to bring a slip in. I like this now from the Badgers, more attacking.
Oh, what a magnificent cover drive from Petersen. First ball, textbook. That is a magnificent shot.
That's a great cover drive.
Yeah, that's a proper cricket shot by Henning Petersen.
Yeah, just slightly on top of the bounce there, good strong positions. And he punched that one through the point cover area. Great shot for 4. That brings us to 49 for 1. And he's 4 off his first ball. What a start. Slip immediately out after that shot.
Machiza to Petersen. Looks like a very good player. Can drive a cricket ball quite well. It's well behind that delivery. Nice straight bat.
Yeah, we could hear that sound of the bat from the commentary box here.
$49 for 1. As we've got 3 balls left in this power play.
Slightly shorter there on the offside.
Will he feel that he missed out on opportunity there?
Probably, with no sweeper back there, but he left it one alone. I think he got a boundary over the previous 2 balls, so he's not going to go again. See if Machiza can come out this over and finish this over strong here for his team. Slightly shorter of a length there. Picks up 1 to mid-wicket area.
And that brings the 50 up. So the dangerous Mornay Venter will be on strike.
And the last ball of the power play here. Carver's just trying to direct his fielders and put him in the right positions.
Over the wicket to Venter. No slip in position. It's a well bowled delivery, and it's also a dot ball to end the over.
That's a no ball.
Most probably.
That's a no ball. There was 3 fielders outside. The Badgers are slightly naughty here. They're not picking up on these small things. Now to free it.
Yeah, you're 100% right. Immediately after the ball was bowled, Mornay Venter pointed it out to the square leg umpire, and umpire Warren Weingard signals the no ball, and that means that the ball must be re-bowled. And a free hit to the batsman.
Venter.
He did quite well to restrict it to a dot ball. End of the over, and the score now 51 for 1 after the power play, and competitive scores. The Badgers were 46 without loss, so it's pretty even Stevens. And a vital catch taken by Leabona Malefi, as we saw 6 overs bowled, 51 for 1. The target 147.
Yeah, the Belgians feel like they got away towards the back end of the power play there. So, like my fellow commentator said, pretty even Stevens here. As Peters is on strike now, facing Jardine. There's a sweeper boundary, third man's out, 5 legs back, and deep squares back. Jardine trying to make some inroads here earlier.
Heinrich Petersen. We saw a brilliant cover drive, but this one is hit for 6. It's a magnificent shot. Over the head of Molefe on the square leg boundary.
Yeah, Molefe hardly moved down there. Like we said earlier, that is a short boundary, and Jared opting to pitch it quite short. And Petersen was ready for that.
Petersen, of course, is a product of the Northwest University, and he's really impressive, produced impressive batting performance here. A nice cover drive, and this pull shot was also out of the books.
Jardine under pressure, his first ball went for a boundary. Petersen looked like a player that loves space onto the bat.
Ooh, just short, but they will pick up a single. As Peko Boletsane prevented the boundary there, making a good stop. Yeah, it's great to see players at division level with these qualities coming forward. Petersen, we haven't seen a lot of him, obviously from the Northwest University. Under the watchful eye of the coach there, Conrad de Swart, who previously played here. He's got a great eye for talent, and Petersen capitalised there.
Yeah, great platform for these young players to come expose themselves to opportunities.
So Jardine will bowl to Morley Venter. And
also a run out chance.
Sharp fielding there from Peko Boletsane.
Good dot ball there. Yeah, the Badgers trying to fight and build pressure here.
Morley Venter is on 22. And Jardine will run in and bowl to Venter. As you mentioned, dangerous batsman. Out to Molefe at the point boundary, picked up, returning to the keeper Vieira, and a single added to the total. Takes the score to 59 for 1, and we're into the 7th over of the Limpopo Impala innings. Nice partnership growing here, 14, and 10 of those 14 runs comes courtesy of boundaries from Heinrich Petersen, pardon.
Another change of field here. Third man's up. Deep square in the boundary and mid-wicket on the boundary. Jardine.
It'll be a single.
Just
As the captain Carver runs in to do the fielding.
Morley Venter just quietly going along here. He's on 23. I think he's definitely playing the senior role in this partnership, just knocking the ball around. And Petersen came out and showed his intent from ball 1.
Jardine. Venter, and that will only be one. It did airborne to square leg. Filling is done, and it's one added to the total.
That's the end of the 7th over there, 61 for 1.
So we will see a bowling change from the commentary boxing of the ground, obviously the Riverside Mall end of the ground. The captain Thomas Carver, he bowled quite well in the match in Benoni earlier in the week. He bagged 3 for 26 in his 4 overs, and he will be a danger man to watch out.
Yeah, Carver will try and bring his team back on top here. As in finding himself a captain for the day. He's going to want to try and make some big inroads and break this partnership and just slightly stunt the momentum at the Impalas building here in their batting innings.
Must be a nightmare for a keeper to keep wicket for Carver. But that one is only one added to the total as Fine Leg, who's on the circle, does the fielding.
It's a leg by. I think Venter will think he missed out on that one. Any bat there would have been 4.
Correct.
But nevertheless, Carver again. Now I like this. He's putting a slip in there.
Well executed shot as Malifi runs in, does the fielding, and one added to the total. The Badgers will also realise that for them to win this game, they will need to break partnerships and to get wickets. So it's a great contest between the experienced, in-form Morné Venter and the dangerous Thomas Carver.
Oh,
and that is 6. Well, it's at 4. But I think that's a bit naughty. He should have been on the boundary there.
Yeah, as Kelly Smuts just creeped in there and it bounced, just went over his head, 1 bounce for 4. If he stayed on the boundary, it went straight down his throat. And then that takes Venter to 28 with his first 6 of his innings.
Now that was an opportunity there, I believe. And that's a wide bowl by Carver.
Carver to Venter. Again just slightly short. Venter pulls that to the mid-wicket area and he picks up 2.
Good stop there from Kelly Smuts. You can still see he's quite annoyed with himself for missing out on that opportunity to take a catch on the boundary.
Impalas moving on nicely, they're 70 for 1.
Also, see, leg by's signal by umpire Claster. Peterson facing Carver. And that's a wide. It's also one that kept a bit low.
Yeah, that's quite. It just went on with the arm there. Carver's line just slightly out there.
Nicely played by Pieterse.
And just knocked it around the corner for one there. Vieira's got quite a lot of work to do there.
Yeah, it's got an interesting afternoon. Lots of diving on the square to stop overthrows. So Peko Moletsane will be into the attack. Sorry, my apologies, that's Lifan Tanzi. He hails from KwaZulu Natal and he will bowl from the furthest end of the ground.
And this partnership building nicely here, 28 runs so far. You feel that Tanzi is going to be the man to break this, as Fenton is on 30 and Pieterse on 15.
Yeah, the Badgers realise that they will need to break partnerships to break the momentum of Limpopo Impalas, who's playing very sensibly. 147 a target, and they're laying a very good platform here, Pieterse to face Ntanzi.
That's a chance.
And the catch is taken, very tidy catch taken. Sintumajiza on third man, and a very important breakthrough here for the Badgers.
That's exactly what the Badgers wanted from their seamer. Some width given there in offside. Pieterse Winford slightly edged down there to third man, and a good catch there from Majiza.
A very good catch from Majiza, I must agree with you. And he took it comfortably in the end, and that's a departure of Helen Pieterse. We're impressed. He scored 15, 73 for 2 in the 9th over.
Yeah, you pretty much agree. He was the one that's going to bring the intensity. He looked very aggressive, but obviously finding himself walking to the dugout now as the Badgers strike with the second wicket. Current score 73 for 2.
So they're more or less halfway in the chase. They need 74 more runs to win. They're 73 for 3. So with the departure of Pieterse, he's replaced by a fellow student of Northwest University, Lawrence Steenkamp. I can recall Lawrence Steenkamp scored a very big 100 here 2 seasons ago in a 4-day game. So definitely somebody to watch out for. He's a right-hander, and Lifan Tanzi will bowl over the wicket to him.
Tanzi to Steenkamp, short and wide.
Airborne for a while, but Malefi does the fielding and he's off the mark straight away. A very interesting plot that Ntanzi set up. He bowled around the wicket for the left-handed Pieterse, and it went straight to the throat of Sintumajiza. Slower delivery. There's an opportunity for a run out.
Ooh.
No, they're back home.
Yeah, to scramble for that one there. Just knocked it through the mid wicket there, short mid wicket. Good little fielding, but directly would have had a batsman in problem, but just slightly missed it there.
Clever slower ball bowled by Ntanzi.
It's smart bowling, making the batter hit to the bigger side, taking the pace off.
Same delivery as the first one to Steenkamp, same result as he headed out into the offside where Leabona Malefi, the man who took that brilliant catch, does the fielding. Straight under the members' pavilion. He's fielding there, so he's got some good company there in the President's Suite. Tanzi to Mornay Venter was on 31. Another cheeky single taken and well run between the two batsmen. They obviously played a lot of cricket together for Limpopo Impala, so they will know one another quite well, and hence the cheeky single taken as the fielding is done by Tyrese Tybo Carlson.
Yes, the batters taking their ones here. The badgers did the same thing this time of the innings. Just collecting their ones, which is very good to see. Waiting for the bowler to make a mistake, and Mchanzi into Venter. Ooh!
Well, that's an inside edge.
Oh, unlucky.
And it will be 4 runs. They will count.
Yeah,
Similar situations when the Badgers were batting, and 4 runs.
Unlucky for the bowler. Steenkamp will take that little inside edge, and it runs down for 4. And that brings the score to 81 for 2 after 9. Limpopo slightly ahead of the run with the run rate here, but obviously they lost 2 wickets. The Badgers can have to continuously keep fighting and just try and break through here, as they're probably looking to get Venter out as he's getting started and just settle into his innings here.
Now the question is, will Cowboy be able to settle in after his first over as he bowls to Venter? And that's a very good delivery. Punched out. Kelly Smuts does the fielding. Carver to Steenkamp. Athletic, agile diving from Carlson, but doesn't prevent a single.
This is very good batting from these two. Just taking the ones wherever they can, not allowing the bowlers to settle and bowl to one batter.
That's a better delivery from Carver.
It's free, it's a noble, it's very naughty from the captain here. And the short side of the boundaries to the right hander's leg side now.
Indeed naughty for a spin bowler to bowl a no ball.
Oh, great shot.
One bounce, only one. Good fielding from Kelly Smuts. Was on the long on boundary. Not too much damage from that free hit.
Yeah, Carver took all the pace off there. Carver to Steenkamp here.
Carver, experienced campaigner. He played for MI Cape Town in the SA20. He will be there again this edition. And he got away from that.
That's another no ball.
His second no ball in this over. Another free hit. And he's punished with a boundary.
Yeah, just full there. Steenkamp wasn't going to miss out to that with a short boundary on the leg side. 90 for 2.
Carver just checked the line, but I don't think the line is wrong.
The line can't move it.
It's a good delivery from Carver. That's more the Carver we know.
Good comeback there, but he'll feel like the over is out for him so far. He needs to fight back.
He's a fighter.
Yeah, very competitive player. See him bounce back here, Carver. Well bowled.
Very well bowled, Thomas Carver. And that brings an end to the over. So 10 overs bowled, Limpopo Impala 90 for 2, and at the same stage the Badgers were 74 for 1. So it's quite a big difference, 16 runs of difference, and we must also take into account that the Badgers middle order disappointed again today. So after 10 overs we can confidently say that Limpopo Impala in the driving seat, as Ntanzi will bowl 11th over after he bagged a wicket in the previous one.
Yeah, hopefully Ntanzi can bring another breakthrough here. Venter playing nicely here. I think Venter's just going to keep knocking it around.
A very matured innings from Venter. Ntanzi to Venter, and beaten by pace.
Ntanzi looked very keen to run in here and hit the wicket hard. I feel the Badgers going to need something special here again. Maybe odd run out there, maybe another one hand catch. As Ntanzi runs into Venter. Hits the wicket hard again. Worth given, and it's cut for 4 past the point region there. As Carlos stood and just watched it go fly past him. Another boundary for Venter. Venter moves to 38, and the current score 94 for 2. We just feel like there's too many boundaries, and there's a boundary every over. Not really much pressure built here.
Morne Venter on 38. And that's 4 more. He cut the fielders into 2. No, that's a great effort from...
That's good fielding from Sintu. Sintu Maji's great fielding from a fast bowler there at fine leg. But Venter picks up 2, it moves him to 40. Yeah, runs coming freely here, Mr. Kennedy.
Yeah, no, I must say, a very, very mature performance from Limpopo Impala. They're 96 for 2. They can only lose that game themselves. As we watch Ntanzi, that one is hit, and it's a long boundary, but it's over mid wicket for 4.
It's another boundary for Venter. I think Venter is reading what's going on there. He's going to hit the wicket hard. He's sitting back in the back foot and just making it use of the pace.
And this partnership, as the 100 comes up for Limpopo, has also grown to 27. Short.
Venter will think he missed out on that one. Deep mid wicket goes back. Heath reaches this one on mid on. Came up to the circle. Worth given, slashed over point for 4 again. Great shot there from Venter. Venter moves on to 44. That brings the end of that over. Current score is 104 for 2.
That's a great shot from Morne Venter. He capitalised on the width given and 4 runs added.
Brings the bowling change. Carl Jacobs into attack.
104 for 2. They're only 43 runs away from victory, and they've got 9 overs to achieve that. They must probably keep an eye on a bonus point victory here.
And the Badgers will try their best not for that to happen. Couple of heads on the hands in the head here, trying to figure out where they're going to get the next wicket from. Captain trusting Carl Jacobs to get him a breakthrough as he's into Steenkamp. Steenkamp knocks it down to long on for 1.
No need to do anything special than just picking up the singles.
Venter is currently on 48. Oh,
That one will go all the way for 6. Into the river. Oh my word, that's a big hit.
and he moves off to 50. Great knock
Very,
from
very
Venter.
well played innings from Morne Venter. His teammates in the dugout give him a well-deserved round of applause.
Yeah, great knock from Venter here. He's fresh of a big 100, so he just continuing that form. As he's putting a lot of pressure on the Badgers bowlers here.
Jacobs to Venter.
Picks up 1. He's looking for more than 1.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Wasn't really necessary, but the appetite for scoring boundary 6s on that side of the field is there. Full toss.
Ooh.
It's a bit of frustration on the side of the bowler. $112 for 2. Only 35 needed to win this game. There's a run-out opportunity, and Jacobs miss out on that. Not really a run-out opportunity, but they're picking up another single.
Yeah, sharp running from these two again. And the running in between the wickets and intensity hasn't changed from the start of the innings. So that's a great point there from the coaches to make sure that the batters keep picking up their ones. Impalas in charge of this little innings here. Short, and that is 6.
Yeah, it's deserved lead for 6. It was short pitched, and 6 more. Added to the total, taking the score to 119.
That makes
And
me
only 28 runs to win here.
It makes me think back of Kelly Smuts. They got caught in that short line here.
Absolutely. I think we can confidently say that Limpopo Impala will be disappointed if they doesn't take this one home with a bonus point victory. They need 28 from 4 overs to win by a bonus point.
Yeah, Venter, the main guy, he's playing beautifully. That's Carver back into the attack. Carver to Steenkamp. Full of length, he sweeps it out to just behind square and he takes the 1. That brings the inform Venter on strike.
pick up a single.
Yeah, very sensible batting. I think the play now is just to play low risk cricket, knock it around the ground. Whatever boundary comes your way, you take it. You don't need to take any risk.
Yes, correct. A boundary will be a bonus, and those bonuses will most probably end up as a bonus point victory for the men from Polokwane.
Knock straight back there. He picks up Steenkamp, picks up one. Great stop from Carver, but he still pick up one. Very impressed with the running between the wickets of the Impalas. Just making sure they're continuously ticking over the scoreboard. Bowler can't settle in, bowling to one batter. Carver to Venter. Dot ball, nicely fielded from Jacobs in the cover. Tidy over from Carver so far. But you would think that he would like to pick up a wicket here. Venter knocks it to mid wicket for one.
So now the single added to the total, and Limpopo Impala 123 for 2 as they move all closer, 124 for 2 to the target of 147. So they basically need 23 runs in this 3 overs to get a bonus point. And I think they can take the risk to get that.
Yeah, definitely. And the currently setting is just, that puts him in place to chase for that bonus point. But we also know funny things can happen in this game.
No, that's true.
Jardine to Steenkamp, Jardine coming around the wicket. Nicely bowled it.
Yeah, for a change the ball beats the bat. Jardine to Steenkamp. And nicely fielded
Yeah, good stop by Carver there.
by the captain.
Jardine dropping mid wicket to the boundary. So we have deep square mid wicket, long on the boundary. Bearing in mind that it's a short boundary. Venter knocks it down the ground. A little fumble, but don't get the one there.
Limpopo Impalas suffered a very heavy defeat in their first match against the Tuskers, where they lost by 73 runs. They bounced back against the Nyati, and whilst they're on the road, they capitalise here, and they're the favourites to take this one home. Give himself room, but that will only be it'll only be a single, and the score moves on to 126 for 2. Can the Badgers pull something out of this? They will definitely need to get rid of both Steenkamp and Venter. That one is hit out in the covers.
Steenkamp picking up 2 there. He moves to 17. Just hitting the pockets nicely and collecting his 1s and 2s where they can. Very low risk wicket here from these 2 batters.
Straight driven to Carver, but it doesn't stop the batsman to take a single.
Brings the end to the 14th over. 129 for 2. Now you can just sense the energies in the field, and even around in the stadium. But the game is light, is just getting away, ball by ball from the Badgers.
Yep, they only need 17 runs from 2 overs to pick up a bonus point here at the recreation ground in Oudtshoorn. And that will be a big setback for their home side, who hasn't won a game this season. Their first game 7 days ago at White River was rain out, and then there was a defeat against Easterns, and they're also staring through the barrel here for another defeat. But it's Thomas Carver, he will not give up. He will bowl to Steenkamp. And Steenkamp is on 20. And that's a big one. It's over, long on for 6.
They went quite high. We thought that Heath Richards was underneath it, but it just went over his head. First ball of Carver's
maximum. Richards obviously looking into the sun, but it's still over the boundary for 6. And Steenkamp is moving to 26. Carver to Steenkamp.
A great shot down the ground there, looking for 2, opting just to take the 1. That is Tyrese doing the fielding down there at long off. Yeah, we think the message is clear now that they will try and go for this bonus point. You'll see Venter probably try and attack as well. Carver to Venter. There he goes. That's straight down Carl's throat there, long off. Good catch there.
Yeah, very good catch. One can't blame him for playing that shot. They're obviously chasing the bonus point. They've got wickets in hand. But a good catch taken by Tyrese Carlos at long off.
Yeah, good knock from Morne Venter there.
Yeah, 64. A very good knock, a matured knock, and quality written all over it. As we're waiting for the new batsman to make his entrance to the crease, with the score of 136 for 3, only 11 runs short from victory. It's the Baldo Ritgaard, the wicket keeper. Previously played for Northern Cape, Griquas, and I think he was in the Tuskers last season, so he can hold the bat definitely. Calvert to Ritgaard. And sloppy fielding, but it'll brings up 2 more. $138 now, the score. Carver to Ritgaard, and he traps him like before. I don't think there's a lot of doubt about that decision.
Yeah, well bowled Carver. More pace in the ball there. And got the breakthrough for the Badgers. Current score 138 for 3. And Ritgaard takes his way back to the change room for only 2.
Got 1 more ball left in this over, but the problem for the Badgers is that the visitors only need 9 more runs to win this one. They've got 6 wickets in hand, and Carver picks up his 2nd wicket. That's Ludwig Kastner entering to the crease. He used to open the batting for Limpopo Impala in the 4-day format. As I've mentioned earlier, he also captained them, and today he got a vital wicket as a spin bowler. A vital breakthrough, Carver to Kastner. Around the wicket, and he will pick up a single. That'll take them to 139, and only 8 more runs needed from this over, and they need to get those 8 runs in this, the 16th over, to get a bonus point.
Yeah, the Impalas will be happy with their performance so far.
Very happy, they did exceptionally well. A very good start by the Badgers earlier today with a partnership of 60 between Carl Jacobs and Keenan Vieira. And from there onwards, thanks to some very good bowling from Don Radebe and Eldridge Hawken, they clawed their way back. They restricted the Badgers to 146 for 8, and Kastner will be on strike. He will definitely be well aware that they need to get those runs in this over to get a bonus point and to move on the log. Sensible batting, he will take a single, and he will bring the inform Steenkamp on strike. Steenkamp is on 27. He batted magnificently today, supported Morley Venter, and I think he'll be aiming to finish it off this over.
Yeah, he's probably eyeing that short boundary out. As Carl Jacobs is waiting for him there, deep square, deep with wicket, beg your pardon. Carl so it long on.
And lucky to get away with the single there, as it is straight to Levan Tanzi, who does the fielding fine leg on the circle. $141 for 4. They need 6 more runs to win. Kastner is on strike from Jardine. We'll get 1. Most probably pushing for a second. No. Only 1. Good fielding there.
Good shot.
And that's 4 runs. Drop short, and the scores are equal. So Limpopo Impala only need 1 more run to take this one home and to win by a bonus point. A very healthy batting rate of 9.3 to the over, and Lawrence Steenkamp moves to 32.
Yeah, great shot there from Steenkamp. Obviously attacking the short side of the field. Jardine popped into the ball into the wicket. Easy hit for Steenkamp, as they need 1 more run. And now he brings Carlos up to the circle. I mean, he's going to knock the ball down to mid wicket, and it'll be easy victory for the field in the boundary. As Carl comes in. Yeah, it's quite a disappointing performance from the Badgers today.
But hats off to Limpopo Impala, who outperformed the Badgers. A very mediocre performance once again. That's the winning runs. They will take this one home. They will win by 6 wickets. Congratulations to Coach Gordon Parsons and his team. They arrived here from East London after they defeated the Inyati, and they bounced back and come back here. And the Badgers, they still empty in a W column.
Yeah, great game from Impalas. Well, all-rounded cricket game. The Badgers back to the drawing boards for them. They need to work hard and make sure they turn that tournament around. But congratulations to the Impalas. Great victory.
Yes, great bowling performance from Eldridge Hawken, 3 for 18 and 3 from 17 from Don Radebe. Very good batting performance from Morley Venter, Liam Peters, and also later on Lawrence Steenkamp. And I was also very impressed by Heinrich Petersen, who impressed with the batting. And we will be back again on air on Wednesday when the Badgers will facing the mighty Tuskers here at the recreation ground. There's a lot of hard work between today and Wednesday.
Yeah, I trust the Badgers will go back and work hard and make sure they turn their tournament around, like we said earlier. But congratulations again to the Impalas. Great victory.
With the news then that Limpopo Impala win by 6 wickets and in the process collect a winning bonus point, it's back to the studio.